Nintendo has announced that they are discontinuing the NES Classic Edition. I was pretty disappointed. I wanted one, and now the only way I'm going to get one is if I overpay for it. I think they're going for about $200, $250 now. And I'm not going to pay $200, $250 for a game emulator that can only play 30 games when I can build one that can play a lot more. And really, I already did the Raspberry Pi, but it's not as cool as the NES Classic. I mean, I could 3D print an NES Classic case that this fits into, and still it's just a copy of a thing. So I'm not in the business of making copies of things. I'm in the business of making my own things. Except for when I make copies of things, like my helmet, my Imperial Guard helmet. So my idea is to take $200 and make it into the coolest NES Classic Edition Retro Pi emulator system that ever existed. So, it should be portable. So, let's give it a power bank. This is a 50,000 milliamp hour power supply. You need something to see it. You know, you got to have a screen. How about this one? 10.5 inches LCD. That'll do. You gotta put these things in. You're not just gonna carry around a screen and plug it into your Pi and play. You gotta keep your stuff safe. So it's gotta have a really cool case. So I got one of these. This is an original NES. It's not 3D printed. It comes with battle damage. So the idea is to make it so that when you open up the case, the screen is in the top part, your Raspberry Pi and your power bank are in this bottom part, and you have a portable Nintendo NES system laptop gaming emulator thing. I haven't come up with a name for it yet. So, this is going to take some work. Let's do it. Here's what it looks like on the inside of the Nintendo. And there's plenty of room. You can put that in there, roughly. That'll fit right in there, roughly. But there's all this other stuff in the way. So I'm going to have to clean up the inside. Using Autodesk 123D design, I designed this mount here for the battery. It will glue inside the Nintendo, and there will be 3 of them. This here represents the battery, and I can show you here that the battery fits snugly into the mount. It'll be able to slide in and out, but it won't slide around inside the case. So to mount the Raspberry Pi inside the Nintendo, I designed this mount. I was able to Pi Tendo on it for some reason. I can't remember why I did that. I thought I was being cute, I guess. Anyway, the labels didn't print out very well because of the small scale. And this will allow me to mount the Pi as close to the exterior wall as possible, so it'll give me maximum amount of room for all my cables and stuff. And I can run some cables underneath it, and there'll be plenty of airflow. And this will be screwed into the Nintendo. I can't glue it in. because I need to be able to take out the battery. The battery slides right into the battery mount, just like that, and it holds it pretty firm. And I've left just enough room to plug in the cord. This will power the Raspberry Pi and the monitor. And then I made this mount for the Pi, which will go in here, but it needs to be removable, so I can't glue it down. That way I can pull out the battery and change it if I need to. So I'm going to have to position this, drill some holes, which I hate I have to do that, but it's okay, and screw it in to the case. Now I have the problem of this hole in the bottom. I had to cut that part out to make room for the battery, but I don't want to leave that open, so I made this, and that fits right on there. I will glue it in place. I'll probably paint it black before I glue it, just to make it a little bit more camouflage, more inconspicuous, so it doesn't stand out. I'm still waiting on parts, and that's about as far as I can get so far.